Ugh, I can't sleep. My mind is racing and I just need rest. I've been doing so much research on AI that I can't stop thinking about it. In fact, what if people trusted AI so much that it started making all of our decisions for us? Whoa. What if AI picked out my clothes each day? What if AI decided who I could be friends with? What if AI told me what to think? I mean, it's a little exciting, but it's also a little scary too. Boy, am I glad to be back in the book nook today. I didn't get much sleep last night because I just kept thinking about AI and all of the things I've learned. I still want to write a book, so I've been collecting all my ideas for my book pitch. I feel like there are a few more things I need to learn about before I can send it in. Let's see what we can learn today. As I was laying in bed thinking of all the what if questions, it reminded me of a kind of story that mixes real life with imagination. Hey, wait a minute. I've heard of that. It's called speculative fiction. Speculative fiction is a type of story that takes something real, like science, history, or problems in our world, and then stretches it with imagination. It imagines a world that's different from the one we live in, but it usually starts with something that could really happen someday. Speculative fiction can also persuade people to care about an issue because it helps them imagine what might happen if they don't. It often asks big, curious questions like, what if robots had feelings? What if kids lived on another planet? What if you could go back in time and change history? Is this reminding you of any stories you've read? Speculative fiction isn't just about being silly or unique. It helps us explore serious ideas in fun, creative ways. A story might seem wild at first, but it often connects to real issues, like the environment, technology, or how people treat each other. Speculative fiction stories usually fall into one of three types of genres: fantasy, science fiction, and dystopian fiction. Fantasy is full of magic, mythical creatures, and made up worlds. Hey, we just read Peter Pan. That's a fantasy. Other books you may have read in this genre are The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, Harry Potter, and even The Hobbit. Can you think of any other fantasy books you've read? In speculative fiction, you might come across science fiction. These stories are based on technology, space, or science that hasn't happened yet, but might someday. Guess all of my AI research would fall in this category. Can you think of any books you've read in this genre? What about A Wrinkle in Time, The City of Ember, or Among the Hidden? Then there's dystopian fiction, stories that take place in a future where something has gone very wrong. Maybe people lost their freedom, the planet was damaged, or the rules became unfair. Have you ever read The Hunger Games? Or what about The Giver? So, even though speculative fiction is made up, it's also meaningful. Writers use it to imagine what might happen next, and sometimes even to warn us about what could go wrong in the future if we're not careful. That's why it's so powerful. It stretches your imagination while helping you think about real life in a new way. Well, I've thought of my what if questions for AI that I can turn into a speculative fiction story. Can you start thinking about what if questions or something you care about? Whether it's the water crisis, plastic pollution, energy conservation, or another issue that matters to you, try asking, what if the problem got better? What if it got worse? What if something unexpected happened because of it? Don't worry if your ideas seem silly or strange. That's what makes them awesome. The more creative, the better. That's how amazing stories begin. Go ahead and pause here to start brainstorming a list of what if questions on your topic. You even have room to sketch or draw some of your awesome ideas, which can help build your fictional world. Did your questions and sketches get you really thinking about speculative fiction and the endless possibilities? Next time, we'll use those questions to plan a story with imaginative settings, unusual characters, and strange problems, just like a real speculative fiction author. Oh, this will be so perfect for our book pitch. Today, we learned that speculative fiction is more than just wild stories. It helps us think about the future, solve problems, and imagine what could be. It gives us the chance to mix real life with creativity to write something amazing. Okay, I think I'm just going to go for it and email my ideas to a book agent. That's someone who helps decide which books might be published. Maybe when I see you next time, I'll have heard back from them. Ooh. In the meantime, keep reading, writing, and working toward your goals. Hey.